This image of Yoko Ono and Megan Mullally was done for InStyle Magazine, and there was a whole series that InStyle was doing at the time where it was they would take someone like Megan and they say, who was your biggest inspiration in your life, in your acting or music or whatever, and she chose Yoko Ono. Then they would go to Yoko Ono and they say, Megan Mullally has been very inspired by you. Would you pose for this photograph? And when they agreed, and they get the two of them together, and then that's what we did this photograph for. Obviously, Megan was really into the fact that Yoko was a musician and that she lived in New York City. So we had this idea that we would shoot on a, this kind of quintessential New York, cityscape on a rooftop with the Empire State Building. We had one of those beautiful, blue skies with the big puffy clouds and everything. So basically, I had them on the rooftop. It was very windy. And it was, of course, you're never shooting in when it's optimum light. It was probably 1 in the afternoon on a summer day, and the sun was very overhead, not very flattering. So I knew that I needed to have a strong key light and something that would be soft and kind of open up the shadows, so it would be more forgiving, especially for Yoko and Megan. And but I wanted just a large source. So for this lighting setup, I used a 7-foot giant, two 2400 packs, a bi-tube, and a diffuser on front of the reflector. It was on a 14-foot crankovator stand, just off camera left, and it was a 1.5 stop over ambient. The challenge was it was very, very windy. So we had sash cords that were tied down and tied to water heaters or wherever, different things outside, sandbags, and then had assistants standing on it as well. I remember at one point, it was like they were wind surfing along through the roof with this giant umbrella. But we were able to get the shot, and I often mix the strobe with the ambient. Sometimes I like to overpower it a lot and get kind of that night per day kind of look for effect. Sometimes, especially outside with a ring flash, and really drop the background down so it almost looks like nighttime. But a lot of times I just like to get that fine line where it's balanced just perfectly, where maybe it's a half or a stop over the ambient, mixed maybe with a rim light or even with HMI or a blast of daylight through reflectors. So it just really has a very nice natural quality, and the strobe is just adding a little kiss there, but not overpowering anything. It's very subtle. Yoko was very playful, and she was kind of getting into the music, and they were playing air guitar and kind of jamming, and she totally got into it. She was having fun with it.